Oh, kicking my tripod. Hello! Today I have tiramisu. And that's good because I quite like tiramisu. I'm not gonna lie to you, tiramisu is pretty good. I feel a bit awkward eating this in front of you because I'm about to tell you a story, and this morning my mum woke me up and I was lying in bed and she woke me up later than I'd asked her to wake me up, and her justification was, oh, the neighbours have left, so you need to get up now. My neighbours, well, one of my neighbours works at the school/college I go to, and my mum had put that together in her head as, she's left, I need to wake up. If she's left, don't I already need to be out of the house? Right, the purpose of making this video is that I saw someone on the interweb and YouTube make a video about things that they'd done as a child that they regretted. Now I'm still a child, I'm 18, but I'm essentially still a child, I'm still growing and learning, but I have some really stupid things that I did when I was a kid, and the first one involves my cat. And basically I remembered this because a few years ago one of my friends got into the habit of, when someone yawns, you stick your finger in their mouth and shout obscenities that really the internet doesn't need to hear, and I said, oh, I've been doing that for ages, and they asked me what I meant, so I sort of had to tell them. And I was about 6 and I was sat on my sister's bed back when this was all one room. It's not anymore. I sat on my sister's bed and my cat was there, and I'd always thought about the way that cats always have their mouths closed, and I thought, why do they do that? Like, they open their mouths when they eat, and oh, they open their mouths to yawn, just as she yawned, and in the moment that she yawned, I had like a lightning flash of thoughts, just like a wave of thinking, if you will, come over me, and I jumped from the conclusion of, cats are really stubborn, they physically must be able to open their mouths with their own will, and to test that theory I thought, I'm just going to stick my finger right on in there and my cat will know that the finger's there, because why wouldn't you? If someone's finger's in your mouth, you just know, don't you? It's like instinctive. And I put it in there, I was like, she's not gonna bite me, and she bit me. And she was so surprised. She like bit on my finger and she was like, oh, I have a nice little yawn. And like she just looked so stunned, and her mouth didn't close, it had locked open, and I thought that I'd like destroyed my cat, but then she ran off, and I think she might have run under the bed, and later I coaxed her out with some treats, and her mouth was fine. But don't do that, because that's a really stupid thing to do. The second really stupid thing that I did was, it wasn't entirely me, it was me and my sister. And I think it was her idea. Basically, we were at that age where you really hate your parents, and like the child age where you hate your parents, not, oh, I'm 13 and my parents suck. Like, legit, my parents are the worst in the world, they didn't let me carry my birthday cake with my candles on because they thought it'd set the house on fire. That only happened once, by the way. We were at that age and we were like, right, we've had enough, parents, and we kept threatening to run away, and they were like, oh yeah, where would you run to? And we were like, the end of the street, because that's the only answer you can respond with in that situation. And I can currently hear one of my cats like scratching up the floor out there. He evidently doesn't like this story. And we were like, right, they don't think we're gonna run away? we're gonna do it. So when you say, oh, I don't believe you, you're practically daring the child to do whatever you just said you don't believe them. And dares don't go down well with me and my sister. So we got, it's the cat whose mouth I abused. So anyway, one night me and my sister packed out, we had like this little suitcase. I don't want to call it a suitcase because it probably fits less than my current school bag, but you know, it was a little trolley on wheels, and it was Barbie, and it had little ballet shoes on it, and we thought it was really cute. We packed that full of, I don't think we put anything in it, but we put it under the bed anyway, and my sister set our alarm clock, which is a Big Ben alarm clock. It was horrible. It made like the worst noise in the morning. She set that for midnight because our parents were well on their way to sleep by that point, and so were we. I mean, we were really hardcore, and we used to stay up till like 9 anyway. So she set her alarm, and she put the alarm clock under her bed so our parents wouldn't hear it, and we had 2 little lanterns, and we put them under the bed, and we were all ready, and we woke up at midnight because of this alarm. We silenced the alarm, and we ran away to the living room. Anyway, we had blankets in the suitcase. That was what we ran away with. We had blankets and we had lights. We were good for about 7 hours, as long as we didn't leave the house. So we were downstairs in the living room, and I was like, I'm scared of the dark. Mrs. was like, put your lamp on then. So I put the lamp on, and it was so traumatic. I'm never running away again. I think I ran away a week later to the corner of the street. I snuggled up in my blanket. We were just nodding off, and we could hear this clattering, and I thought it was in my dreams, but no, my sister was like, can you hear that? And I was like, no. We went back to bed. Well, not to bed, to sofa. We went back to sleep, and then our parents burst through the door, I don't know, sometime later, probably about 2 in the morning, and they were like, oh thank God, and they were so worried, and they were like, we thought you'd been murdered and kidnapped, we didn't know what would happen to you. And we were like, we ran away, we told you we were running away, we gave you so much notice, we've been talking about the fact that we were running away for ages. We even, when you kissed us goodnight last night, we said, night, won't be here in the morning, we're running away. To downstairs, and they hadn't got that. But in hindsight, if you're gonna run away, take food. If you're gonna run away, don't go with someone who isn't scared of the dark, because if you are, then there's going to be serious issues about the whole lighting situation when you're in a dark room and you're trying to sleep. Thirdly, go further than your living room, and fourth, don't do it because your parents freak out when they find you, and again, that's not cool. And I'm gonna follow up with a video that I will be recording in a minute, which you may or may not watch, you know. I mean, you probably won't even watch this one, but you know, yeah. And the next one's gonna be about, it's not really stupid stories or stories that this child's going to regret. It's just stories that make me laugh that probably won't make you laugh. But yeah, you can watch that. It'll be on my channel at some point in the not too distant future. And until then, say goodbye to my empty plate, because over the course of making this video, I've eaten my tiramisu. Bye.